Tedros Adhanom, WHO's Director General or TPLF spokesperson? Article 100 of the provisions relating to service of the staff in the Charter of the United Nations indicates that in the performance of their duties, the Secretary General and the staff shall not seek or receive instructions from any government or from any other authority external to the organization. They shall refrain from any action which might reflect on their position as international officials responsible only to the organization. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the WHO Director General, who is intent on serving as an international spokesperson for the terrorist organization TPLF or the Tigray People's Liberation Front, stands in the defiance of this article, having used his position as a platform to lobby for the terrorist enterprise. Welcome to ETV World. I'm Tabitha John. In today's episode, we'll be looking at the WHO Director General, Tedros Adhanom, and his affiliation with the TPLF, despite being part, and a very critical one at that, of a UN body, and what the outcome has been so far. Do stay with us. A career politician, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, started his political career by aligning with the TPLF. As an important terrorist TPLF's member, he joined the Ethiopian Health Ministry and rose through the ranks to become the country's health minister in 2005, which lasted until 2012. From 2012 through 2017, he was also Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. In May 2017, the World Health Assembly elected Tedros as its 9th Director General, the first African to lead the World Health Organization WHO since its formation in 1948. As the only nominee, he was re-elected once again in May 2022 to serve a second 5-year term as Director General of the world's leading public health agency. But it seems his past still lives on within him. Ever since the outbreak of war in northern Ethiopia following the TPLF's attack on Ethiopia's northern command, Tedros has been a primary sympathizer of his brethren terrorists. Under the guise of deep concern for the people of Tigray, the WHO Director General has positioned himself as a protector of the TPLF's reputation. Time and time again, every opportunity he gets, Tedros voices his concern for the people of Tigray. According to the WHO staff rules and regulations stipulated under Article 1.1, all staff members of the organization are international civil servants. Their responsibilities are not national, but exclusively international. By accepting appointment, they pledge themselves to discharge their functions and to regulate their conduct with the interest of the World Health Organization only in view. 1.5 also reiterates, staff members shall conduct themselves at all times in a manner compatible with their status as international civil servants. They shall avoid any action and in particular any kind of public pronouncement which may adversely reflect on their status. While they are not expected to give up their national sentiments or their political and religious convictions, they shall at all times bear in mind the reserve and tact incumbent upon them by reason of their international status. As it was clearly indicated in WHO staff duties and regulations, any staff member who becomes a candidate for a public office of a political character shall resign from the Secretariat. Though it was the case, Tedros Adhanom still continues enjoying partiality stand, unable to send his relatives money, Tigray crisis being ignored due to racism, no other crisis in the world like in Tigray. He voiced these narratives again and again. He wants to act like the Good Samaritan who seeks to rescue terrorist TPLF from being dismantled. Despite his utter disregard for the same suffering that the people of Amhara and Afar are faced with, pending to the actions of the criminal group he blatantly stands by, Tedros has all but taken up arms alongside the TPLF. His agenda to uphold the TPLF has been called out by the Ethiopian military, which has accused Tedros of fueling conflict by supporting the rebels, providing diplomatic backing, and trying to rescue arms from them. Birhanu Jula, army chief of Ethiopia, said that Tedros is working in favor of the so-called Tigray People's Liberation Front terrorist TPLF. Tedros, it appears, is content on interfering in Ethiopia's internal affairs, using his position to spread harmful misinformation, which, as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia put it, has compromised WHO's reputation, independence, and credibility. Now, according to the WHO website, the Director General is the organization's Chief Technical and Administrative Officer, a central role in a principal organization. Surely, there must be a bigger agenda on the to-do list of the WHO's Director General than the operations of the TPLF. It seems not. The Director General, who was sluggish in his response to a global pandemic that claimed the lives of over 6 million people, is first in line to condemn a democratically elected government and heed an insurgency that has grown into terrorism. Under Tedros, the WHO came under criticism from over allegations of grievous missteps in responding to COVID-19 in the early phases of the outbreak. In the previous year, the WHO also faced mounting pressure over revelations from an AP investigation and an independent panel that found senior management were informed of sexual abuse allegations during the agency's response to an Ebola outbreak in Congo. Going back when Tedros, as an important member of the terrorist TPLF, was Ethiopia's health minister, allegations had surfaced of the then ruling group engaging in systematic discrimination and human rights abuses by refusing emergency health care to the Amhara ethnic group because of their affiliation with the opposition party. Human Rights Watch wrote a report in 2010 on how aid in the form of food and fertilizer was withheld from local Amhara villagers. The report was scathing of how Tedros' government used donor-supported resources and aid as a tool to consolidate power, a practice perpetuated by the TPLF, which makes use of aid to force the hand of families to serve up their children for its bloodthirsty war. So the use of his official position for the gains of the very group that created him is not a new story. Rather, a pattern of behavior that has gone criticized but uncensored and unpunished, leaving him to believe he's untouchable, more so now that he presides over the WHO. The pleas of Ethiopia regarding the misconduct of the WHO's Director General, who is serving as a typical spokesperson and international actor of the TPLF, might fall on deaf ears. But actions do speak louder than words. The WHO chief is deeply concerned, but not for the people of Tigray, rather for the terrorist TPLF and its unending hunger for power. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up this segment of ETV World. Make sure to follow and subscribe to our social media for more captivating content circling on national, continental, and international issues. Goodbye for now.